Hi, my name is Christine.
And my name is Mary.
And we are sisters, and together we are the co-hosts of this podcast, Dawson, Cries. Listeners, welcome back. We had to take a little brief hiatus last week because, as I'm sure you're aware, the Kavanaugh hearing was Thursday of last week, and it was a ringer. Man, that was an emotional day, and it's only gotten more emotional. But, this is why we started the podcast. Politics are getting us down, current events are getting us down, and more than getting us down, they're stressing us the fuck out. So, to have something else to talk about, we decided, hey, Dawson's Creek looks like a great show. Why don't we watch it together for the very first time, because we hadn't seen it when it first debuted in the 90s, and, record the podcast conversations for posterity's sake and just to help us get through. And it's been great talking every week with my sister about this show. It's been great connecting with you all about your love for the show. And, we find ourselves now in Season 3, Episode 11. This episode is called Barefoot at Cape Fest. And my lovely sister Mary is going to kick us off.
Hello. So this episode begins with Dawson and Joey traipsing around the halls of Capeside High. Dawson has had an epiphany that now that he's like a grown man and he's been in a few film festivals, it's time to get really serious and put the digital away. He wants to shoot on 16 millimeter, which they don't even do anymore. So he's very excited about this prospect, making an adult film. No, not an adult film. He's already made one of those on digital. This is going to be a film a serious film on 16 millimeter for some serious filmmakers. So he is going to the film classroom to check out the camera. And all of a sudden he runs into Nikki. Her name's Nikki, right?
Yeah, I had to remind myself of that.
I couldn't remember if it was Nikki or Vicky. So he runs into Nikki, and she tells him, like, "Oh, you're a little too late. Someone's already checked out the camera." And it was me, and I have it for a month. So Dawson is full of righteous indignation. He's like, "I'm entitled to that camera. You only get it for 1 week, and then you have to return it." And she's like, well, I got a special deal because I'm the only person in this class who is seriously producing work, and the teacher let me do it, so sorry. So he's super pissed, and Nikki's really happy, and Joey's really confused.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of camera drama. And then in the meantime, well, I guess maybe not the meantime, but the next scene, we have Jack and Jen, and they are together at that little grocery store where Pacey met Andie. And, they had like their little heartstrip conversation there. But they're grocery shopping. And Jack is like all about cereal. He just seems to love cereal. That's all he wants to buy.
He's kooky for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, and Jen is kind of like, all right, Jack, no, there's more to life than cereal.
Is there?
Well, yeah, really. Cereal's pretty great. I actually have stopped buying cereal.
Why?
I stopped buying milk, and then...
Why?
Because now that I'm, like, single, if I buy milk, it'll go bad.
Oh, I get, like, a little container.
I guess I could try that. Yeah, I'm like, I hate
You're
throwing
just not
away
into
milk.
it.
Yeah.
I only have it in my cereal and my coffee. I'm not out here drinking straight milk. Although I did drink chocolate milk the other day, and like a lot of it, and it was really good.
I had some chocolate milk on Tuesday. It was super good.
Yeah, I was like, yes.
I'm here for that.
Have a craving for it. If I go to the grocery store and I'm hungry and I'm in the milk aisle and I see that chocolate milk bottle, I'm like, all bets are off. I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to drink a lot of it that night. There are worse vices, I will say.
That's totally true. Totally true.
Like the rosé I'm sipping right now.
Rosé is always a good choice. Unless you're putting it in your Cocoa Pebbles. That I would not advise. But
True.
They run into Ethan, that little hottie from the train, at the grocery store. And it sounds like he is in town for the titular Cape Fest, which sounds like a really awesome music festival in Capeside of all places. the Foo Fighters are playing. That kind of blew me away. I was like, the Foo Fighters at Cape Side? It's like a little Bonnaroo. They have like camping, live music. It's like a multi-day thing. I was like,
Sounds like fun.
It sounds great, yeah. I guess like Bonnaroo's in the middle of nowhere, so maybe it makes sense to have it in Cape Side, but I don't know. I just feel like we would have heard about it for a yearly thing. But Ethan is kind of talking about that plan that he has, and mentions to Jack like, oh, it's free concerts in the park. You could come along if you're into it. And Jack is kind of like pretending he is because he wants to look cool because he thinks Ethan is attractive. And when he's asked who his favorite Foo Fighter is, Jack very adorably says, Courtney Love.
Oops.
And Ethan's like, yeah.
Was she even in a band? I thought she was just a solo
artist. She's not in Foo Fighters. She was in
No, not in Foo Fighters, but like in a band in general.
She was in the band Hole, Hole, which is actually right now, Mary, you would really enjoy. I've been listening to them a lot lately because they're feminist as fuck. Yeah, they're really good.
Oh.
They have some good songs. But no, she was not in the Foo Fighters.
No, I knew that. I just thought she was a solo artist.
Oh. Well, she was. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've listened to any of her solo stuff, but the whole music is awesome. So Jack's just he's just trying to play cool, and he still looks cute though. It's like, aw, Jack.
Oh, Jack. He's very young, so we'll forgive him.
He's innocent as Ethan kind of sees.
Yeah.
And then Jen is kind of like, oh, who is that? He was cute. Jack's like, gay. And Jen's like, aren't they all? I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh, Jen. Too real.
Aww.
So then we catch up with Andie, and she's walking the halls with a teacher. It turns out that he's the English teacher, but he's also the director of the school play. This is not something I would see Andie being interested in, but she very, very seriously is dying to be the assistant director on the school play, Barefoot in the Park. The teacher is being extremely rude to her, keeps assuming that she wants to be the star of the show, yada, 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 talking over her, undermining her, and she's like, I really want to be the AD. Let me do it, please! And kind of eventually he relents.
Yeah, he was being really rude. Bad sign. Like, don't work for a person like that.
I know, and especially this week, I was just like, don't even bother, Andie.
Mary,
don't even bother helping him. Go bring your talents somewhere else, or intern at some community theater, or just get out of there because he stinks.
Yeah, I know. I feel you. I feel like I was looking at everything through that frame this week. Even the opening when Dawson's all entitled to the camera.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's full of righteous and he's entitled to it.
Yeah. Like, Dawson, stop.
Take a seat.
Nikki's more talented anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, she has more talent. That's why the teacher let her take it.
Yeah, very true. Ugh.
Yeah. And then we're kind of dropped into a heart-wrenching scene.
Yeah.
Gail is at the homestead, and she's moving all this furniture out of Dawson's house to her new place. And there's this, like, creepy statue of a lady in the far left corner.
Yes.
I don't know what it was. I've never seen it before. It was very weird.
Yeah.
That's, like, the only piece of furniture that Gail's leaving behind is this shell of a woman.
Oh.
And she's taking all of her stuff with her. Dawson is being very understanding in the moment, and he's very calm to Gail's face. But as soon as Gail leaves, he gets very closed off and, like, defensive, and he doesn't want to talk about it with Joey when she asks him what he's feeling.
Right. Yeah, he's putting up like a good facade for his mom.
Yeah.
But he's not okay with it. And he's not ready to talk about it, at least with Joey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dawson is a mama's boy though, we know.
Oh, too real.
We know this to be true.
Too real.
Then I was kind of shocked to see that at Cape Fest, Jen is also going to be camping with Jack.
Well, Jen and Jack are besties. They're
I
kind
know.
of joined at the hip, and she wouldn't. I mean, I think she would. Jack, I think, would be too nervous to go by himself initially, and it does sound like fun. I mean, I could see Jen getting into it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know why it just seemed like,
She's a wild child.
yeah, the camping. Maybe it was her outfit. I was like, she had that nice scarf on. She looked really like fancy. I was like, Jen, you're gonna get nasty.
I didn't notice her scarf.
It was like a nice thick blue like knit. It could have been like a very oversized turtleneck, but it was like a powder blue. It was pretty. I know. I thought she looked really nice.
It's fall, so maybe she was cold.
I'm sure she was, but like, you know.
Yeah.
She looked.
So her advice to Jack is advice that I need to hear over and over again. Play it cool. Let Ethan come to you.
Mary, I was gonna say, like, this is
Don't you dare.
No, Jen is sharing my mantra because that's.
Christine's like very elusive when it comes to not even just dating, but also friendship. She just doesn't text back. She likes to ghost.
Oh, I'm bad about that. I do. I make everyone else do all the work. It's so selfish.
Oh, why?
But really with boys, no, like they have to come to me.
Yeah.
Sorry if any of you are men out there, but it's the truth. Very, very seldom do I be like, oh, I'm going to go find him, like Jack. It's funny.
Right.
As soon as Jen gives him that advice, he's like, I got to go find him.
Yeah, well, he's excited.
He is.
And I'm proud of him for actually going towards something he wants rather than running from it like he did at the cafe.
I know. That's true. Like, you got to go for what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there was someone worth texting, I would text them. I'm going to throw that out there.
Good. I mean, that's a good, yeah.
It's all about the balance. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when you're in relationships, you're very texty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't want to be like ignoring the person you're with.
Right.
That's no good.
No, it's not. So then we show up and Mr. Broderick, who's the drama teacher, he's already doing auditions with Andie by his side. These boys keep auditioning. They're not right for the role. They're trying too hard. They're not trying hard enough. They look bad. This one boy, he's okay, I guess. Andie's impressed, but he does the whole thing with a big goofy smile on his face, so I don't know. But
Mary's unimpressed.
I'm not impressed. Mr. Broderick, he's also not impressed, and he's like, listen, Andie, this is all a ruse. I already have someone in mind for the role of Paul. It's all set up. The student and I have an agreement. He's going to play the role. Just wait. He's coming soon. And what do we find?
Oh, Mary, did you mention that this person that he has picked out has the ethics of a billy goat?
Oh, I didn't note that.
Yes. And that was a little tip-off. I was like, I bet I know who this is going to be.
I mean, I knew who it was going to be, but... because it's Dawson, and everything has to be the most awkward that it can be.
So true.
So actually this happens a little later. So first we're going to skip to Dawson just showing up at Nikki's house uninvited because he wants to reiterate that just because she's the principal's daughter doesn't mean she can be selfish and rude. I'm like, Dawson, you are the one being selfish and rude.
Yes, he is. She signed it out first, fair and square.
And she's always being like really nice and generous with him. Like he's always like super defensive and awkward and like accusatory, and she's always like, "How can I help you, Dawson?" And I'm just like, "Stop even trying. He sucks."
Oh.
Sorry, all of you men are on my shit list this week, and every week probably, but especially this week.
This week's particularly bad.
I don't trust any of you.
Well, what'd you say except Ronan Farrow?
Yeah, he's the only man I trust.
Oh, yes. That is awkward, though, because, like, the dad comes out, who's the principal. And, you know, basically tells Dawson, oh, you should stay for dinner.
Well, he's very laudatory. He's like, you're my second favorite filmmaker. And he's like, I can tell that you and Nikki are fast friends, and I'm so happy about it. And Dawson and Nikki are both like, we're not friends. It's weird because they were friends when they were leaving the film festival, but I guess the tension is just too great with Dawson feeling like he's he's not even the big fish in the small pond anymore. Now he's a small fish in a small pond.
Yeah, he's got that competition now.
Yeah.
So that's an adjustment.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, he has that dinner invite, so how are you going to say no to the principal? Come on.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't say no, so he's stuck. Then it looks like Jack has found his little love interest, Ethan. He's up in a tree.
Yeah, what the hell is he doing up there?
I don't know. It's a music festival. Anything
It just is so weird. He's just up in that tree alone. I'm like, what the hell are you up to?
Well, it's weird that he's at the festival all alone, too.
Well, exactly. He must just really love the Foo Fighters. I mean, I guess he's, like, new in town, so he doesn't really know anyone. But, Christine, you thought it was weird that Jack didn't go alone. But now you think it's weird that Ethan did?
I don't think it's weird that Jack didn't go alone. I feel like I just didn't know that Jen would be, like, all about it. Especially with
She's not all about it. She's support for Jack.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe he would go with someone else. But it makes sense that it would be Jen.
It's not going to bring Andie. She wouldn't ever want to be in a campsite.
No, not Andie.
He doesn't have any other friends.
Well, I don't know if, like, Pacey would have gone. I know Pacey's
got
busy with the
auditions.
play. Yeah. It's just maybe it's the scene that Jen, when she was just struggling so much to put up that tent. It
Well,
just
I don't know
was
how
like,
to put up a tent.
is she really not outdoorsy? Like, that's not her thing. I mean,
Did you know how to put up a tent in the high school?
She's from the city. You know, she's not a camping girl.
How many people in the city? I mean, I can tell you a lot of people in New York are trying to go to Coachella every year, be in the dirt.
Yeah, I could see it. But anyway, I just find it weird, like, you would go from out of town to a concert. Like, at least Jack is from Cape Side. Like, Ethan took the train, and I don't know.
Yeah, he did only come back for Cape Fest.
Yeah, so I would expect him to go with a group. But no, hey, I've done things by myself, so Ethan, I'm not judging you. Yeah,
I do stuff alone, too.
Yeah. But yeah, he's there all by himself, and Jack's like, interesting fact. Let me note that in my mind.
You know, I almost went to a concert by myself last week because it was this band from Philly that I really liked. And they were playing, like, one night only in New York, and I forgot that it was happening, but then I saw on Twitter that it was happening, and I was like, oh, should I go? But it was Friday, and I was, like, super depressed because of this stupid Supreme Court nonsense. And I didn't go. But I very, very nearly went by myself.
Oh, you should have. I used to in Tucson.
I was feeling really, like, claustrophobic. And I had to, like, walk around that day anyway in the city. And I was just feeling very anxious being around people. So I didn't. Just was a bad day.
Yeah. Well, a concert probably wouldn't have been then the great.
I know. I was like, why couldn't this be happening, like, any other day?
Yeah.
I would have been able to go.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll get another chance. New York is a popular place. I feel like bands always want to play there, so.
Yeah, that's true.
They might be back. So Jack and Ethan are kind of talking about Jack needing to learn how to ask for a guy's number.
So Ethan thinks that Jack should be more aggressive.
Yeah. And Jen is like, no.
Yeah.
Don't be that way.
Well, Jen also has men at her feet wherever she goes.
True. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you can be like that, you should be. But maybe not should be, but you can be. If you can't, then you gotta take some initiative. But I feel like, I don't know, like with, again, with Jack, like, he seems really nervous still. So learning those skills, I think, is just helpful. And it's also a confidence thing. Like, it takes a lot of confidence to, like, put yourself out there and ask a guy for his number.
Yeah, it does.
So it's just, and confidence is attractive, and it's self-confidence obviously is a good thing. So I agree. I feel like Jack can take that advice and get that skill set. And they're talking a little bit about, like, have you ever talked to another gay guy before? And Jack was cute. He's like, well, unless you count the internet. And Ethan's like, yeah, I don't.
I know, that was kind of mean. I feel like he kind of should count the internet because, I mean, in a lot of these small towns, it is what Jack is going through, where you are the only gay kid.
I know, really, in his defense, who else, like, he has no one else.
It's not his fault. There's no one around.
It's true. Yeah, you're right. And
I'm always right.
Oh, Mary. Nice. He almost met up with that guy, but he got nervous.
Yeah, and I can't really blame him.
I know, you have to be careful. And you're not ready. That's totally fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then we get to witness Jen just utterly failing at pitching the tent. And it is hard to do by yourself. Like, that's...
Yeah, do you know how to do it?
I have done it before, but I never did it by myself. So...
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I feel like it would be hard to do alone. And then she hears about, like, some just bomb-ass veggie burgers.
Yeah.
She's like, that sounds amazing. She walks over.
I'm dying for a veggie burger.
And that's such a thing that would be at a music festival. Like, some dude grilling up a veggie burger on the ground for all the people.
He's a genius with it.
He's genius, yeah. And it's none other than angelic, sweet little Henry.
Oh my God, you're such a Henry stan.
Henry Boo.
Henry Boo.
I mean, he was infatuated. Now he seems pretty ambivalent to see Jen, to say the least. He's
pretty standoffish.
He's bitter. He's pissed. He's like, "What? You want a burger?" He's like really rude.
Grill it yourself. He's not feeling her anymore. He even asked her kind of a gross thing, which again, maybe I would have found it funny last week. Or the week before last. Last week, nothing was funny. But this week, he says, "Want your buns toasted?" And I was like, no.
Jen's like, "I thought you'd never ask."
And I was like, no.
Jen is always with the sexual comments.
Yeah, I'm not into Henry. No, I do. I like Henry. I do like Henry.
Yeah.
But I didn't like this. I didn't like that little snide comment. And I didn't like the way he was being all... I understand his feelings are hurt, but he's being very punishing.
I know. I was not there for the attitude. I'm like, she didn't like you like that. Don't be a dick. Like,
yeah,
she's allowed not to return your feelings.
Yeah, it happens a lot. So get used
to it, please. That's like, another thing.
Honestly.
Men
I wish that I could. I mean, usually it's sort of the case where men do behave that way and are like extremely punishing when girls don't like them, and girls are just like, okay, I understand, and leave them alone. But Jen wasn't like that with Dawson. She was very upset. So
yeah. I feel like the more now that I'm single again, the more I've been seeing guys, the more I've realized like when I say like, oh no, I'm not interested, I assume like that's it, because if a guy said that to me, I'd be like, that's it, I'm done. Yeah, I'm not like gonna pursue you anymore because it's humiliating. But guys, It does not matter. That's not over. You have to like literally, you have to block them. It's like sad, you know?
Yeah. Or run.
I'm like, just take no for an answer and be mature. Like, be a man about it.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
Oh, it's true. Listeners,
we're man haters.
This week, we are.
Man haters.
Waving that man-hating flag high.
Hi. So yeah, Henry's just all like, you led me on just to take pleasure in crushing me underfoot. And it's like, oh, dude, get over yourself. She's not like maliciously laughing at you and, you know, grinning ear to ear because you're heartbroken. Obviously, she had a lot of empathy for you. And she's like, oh yeah. And then he's like, I've been giving you the silent treatment for a month. And it's like, someone doesn't like you, so you're going to give them the silent treatment? Like, what?
Weird.
It's insane. It's very immature. It made me mad. And Jen's like, well, I didn't notice. I mean, obviously, because she didn't like you like that. And she thought you guys were on good terms because you said that you were. And you're over here, like, trying to get her attention by being mean instead of by being nice now. So it's like, sorry, dude, I don't have a lot of sympathy for you.
Yeah, that's like a weird...
She doesn't owe you anything.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, he's like, he won't even help her with her tent, which again, he's punishing her for not liking him. And I'm like, ugh.
I know.
Away, Henry.
That was upsetting.
Yeah.
Boy.
Then we're at this awkward family dinner.
Yeah, it is pretty awkward. The dad is, like, making all this small talk.
He's, like, boasting about his daughter.
Yeah.
He's a proud papa.
It is cute. I'm like, aw, Dad.
Yeah, it's cute.
But I feel like they're kind of dancing around Dawson and Nikki working together. Like, she's talking about her film and her crew and all this stuff. And Dawson's like, oh, well, if you need someone. Yeah. She's like, are you offering? He's like, well.
Again, it's like she doesn't owe you a job.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't want you in her movie because you're petty and vindictive and you think you're better than everyone else. You're not a team player. Ever think of that, Dawson? Ever think of that? Probably not. You only think of yourself. Boom. Roasted.
That was a roast. That was a roast. I kind of think they're going to end up working together, though. Don't you think so?
I do think so. I hope they do. I hope it leads to a nice friendship. I hope he's not a dick about it. But it seems like they will. It does seem like they have a friendship connection underneath the sort of more competitive outer layer. What I really liked was the principal boasting about Nikki's achievements when he said, was talking about her first ever movie.
Oh.
Do you remember what the name of that movie was?
Wasn't it like Following Daddy or something? Like,
no. It was A Day in the Life of Daddy.
Oh, A Day in the Life of Daddy.
Which was pretty cute idea for a movie.
That
just followed him around all day.
So cute. That is cute.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, Jack and Ethan are having a very philosophical conversation about what it means to be gay. And Ethan's like, being gay, it's not just who you sleep with, it's who you love. It's all around you. It's everything. It's every part. It touches every part of your life. It's about all the little moments that make up a day. It's not just a part of your life. It's everywhere. And Jack, because yeah, he's trying to prove the point, like, just because you've never kissed a guy, you still know you're gay. Like, it's not necessarily about the sexual stuff. It's just who you are.
Yeah, the identity of it, rather than, like, who you have sex with, or how you have sex, or whatever.
Right.
I liked that they went there in the show.
Right.
Yeah, it's nice. I know the show, at times, always, well, I feel like we've talked about it before, but it surprises us.
Yeah,
a good moment.
Good to be surprised.
It is sometimes
in a good way.
Yeah,
sometimes it can be awful.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, he's like. So anyway, like I said, he said it's not just a part of your life; it's everywhere. Unlike my stuff, all of his camping gear has been pilfered.
Oh, Ethan. Well, that's what happens when you go to a festival alone with no one to watch your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad though. That's a bad music festival vibe. Like, you should all be like peace and love, guys.
Bad karma.
Share everything, right? That's the kind of fest I want to go to.
I can't imagine it being that big of a festival where, like, he couldn't find it, you know?
True. I know. Well, whatever. Now it's a convenient excuse for them to share a tent.
Yes. Get in that tent together.
Ow, ow. Get steamy up in there. Then back at the play with Mr. Broderick, Andie has realized that Pacey is cast in this role. Yeah. And she really wants Pacey to quit because she wanted to be the assistant director mainly to get over Pacey. And
that surprised me. Did that surprise you?
I don't know if it surprised me, but I don't know.
No?
I feel like Andie, I just don't know what to expect anymore, so I'll just like take it as it comes.
She's just all over the place.
Yeah, I'm like, one day it's one thing, one day it's another thing. Why not?
She's on the PSAT the next day.
I know, I've like totally lost my Andie. Like,
yeah, I don't even know who she is anymore.
I know, I can't recognize her, so yeah, I don't know, Amir. But, yeah, she's like, your presence is giving me perpetual myopia. It's too much. But Pacey is doing the play because he can get a C in English. he struck this deal with Mr. Broderick. And,
And it's also making him feel good because Mr. Broderick thinks he's good at it. And he's like, I'm finally good at something. And Andie is, like, pretty mean about it. She's like, Mr. Broderick doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a total basket case, so his belief in you means nothing and you should still quit.
Yeah, and she's also kind of like, well, he's also going to end up pushed over the edge by how much lack of talent you have. Like, she's kind of insulting Pacey, too.
Yeah,
but
she's mean.
Pacey's not phased. He's like, Andie, winners aren't quitters.
No, he said witters aren't quitters.
Oh, winners aren't quitters. I thought he said winners aren't quitters.
No, witters.
Ah.
He's a Pacey witter.
That's true. Well, he's a witter and he's a winner. And he's not going to be a quitter. So he's sticking with it. And there's going to be more drama in both sense of the word.
Surely there will be.
Oh, definitely.
And then it's after dinner, and Dee is in Nikki's room, and he's like kind of shocked because she doesn't have E.T. posters all over her room like he does. And she's like, well, my room's not a shrine to film geekdom because there's other things in my life. There's so much to be passionate about. It seems kind of silly to just focus on one thing. And she has this like kind of great speech where she talks about how she really loves film because it actually allows her to explore the other things in life that interest her. Yeah. So she's pretty cool, grown up mindset going on.
Oh, totally. Yeah, she has a really sweet Lauryn Hill poster. And I really like the point she made about, if film is the only thing that you're interested in, then all of your films are just going to be about film. Like, you're just going to do a bunch of meta stuff. Which is hit, but, it does get the critique of just being really empty and self-referential and not really saying anything. So she's kind of, like, tearing that down before it even took off. I feel like that got really hip, like, after the show.
Well, I feel like she was also saying not even just that you're going to make a film about film, but you're going to be making remakes of other people's films, like he did with Blair Witch.
Oh, movies about other movies. Yeah.
Yeah. That was what I thought she was saying.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a similar idea, though. Like, you're just referencing back to something that's been done. And, it's like looking in a mirror in a bathroom where there's a mirror in front of you and a mirror behind you, and it's just like reflection. And it's cool, but it's kind of like an illusion. I don't know.
You're so artsy.
I do like going in bathrooms like that, though. It's fun.
I thought you were afraid of mirrors.
When I was a baby.
A baby? No, you were afraid of mirrors quite recently.
When I was like in grade school. Yeah.
And in college.
Not in college.
You were afraid of mirrors when we were in that place in it's a lake that Hope went to.
Oh, well, that was a haunted place. All bets are off in somewhere where it's haunted. I'm afraid of, like, my sweatshirt in a haunted place. Like, I'm afraid of everything.
Yeah, we were kind of afraid of everything there.
Yeah, oh, that's, like, a different story. So, then Dawson and Nikki have, like, a moment of real connection, which was nice. They're talking about Nikki's parents. It turns out they're also divorcing. And she's also been masking her anger, and it's actually what her recent film is about that she's using that 16mm for, all about the American family. And then Dawson is kind of like comfortable now, opening up about his own feelings. And I was thinking, Joey, he didn't open up with her earlier. He's opening up with Nikki. Right. This is going to mean something.
But it makes sense because Nikki's going through it too.
Exactly, right. Like, you have that shared experience, so the other person gets it, and you can talk about it in a deep way. Not
to be rude to Joey, but every time he tries to talk to her, she's just like, at least you have a mom. And, like, that's true, but she's kind of ignoring his problem.
Yeah, they're coming from a totally different spot. You're right. And I thought Dawson, like, what's at the heart of his worry was pretty touching. Like, he's disappointed of being a product of something that didn't work out. So
I know, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it really was, because he's like being like, does this mean that I'm broken? Like, am I flawed? It's like, oh, Dawson, wow. And, parents, he's saying, are the primary example of the love, your, like, love code, or, like, how you view love.
What?
Like,
one more time?
How can I say this? Like, he's like, the relationship of your parents is like your love model. So, like, if they have a strong marriage, you have that modeled for you. You, like, look to expect that or whatever. Like, that's what you have in your mind. But if it's, like, something that's fallen apart broken, you don't have that. So he's kind of, like, nervous about that.
Yeah, bless his little heart.
He's emotional about it.
Yeah. So, then Jen is all alone at the campsite because Jack and Ethan walk up, and Ethan helps pitch this tent. Pun intended.
Oh.
And Jack is basically pulls Jen aside and is like, scram, I'm trying to get with this guy. You gotta make yourself scarce. And she's kind of upset because she came there to be with him, but then she's like, you know what? I'm not going to walk around all night. I'll just pick you up in the morning. I'm going to go back to Gramps' place. But before she can go back to Gramps' place, she is walking around the campsite, and she spies Henry again. And he's playing a cover of Bruce Springsteen, and it sparks her interest.
Yeah, Jen is, like, turned on by that. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, she likes the brooding artistic types.
Very true.
And the seamen.
Oh, the seamen, yes. She has a lot of types, Jen.
She's into anything.
I love Jen. She's my favorite.
She's my favorite. She's had some very bad episodes, though.
Yeah, she has.
She's better now, but that funeral was inexcusable. And then the behavior... I mean, when she did, what was the other shit she used to do? There was just she did some really bad stuff. Oh, yeah, when she tried to sleep with Dawson during that book report.
Oh, right.
She's had some ugly moments.
Yeah.
But she's on the up and up now.
Yeah. Abby Morgan was very bad influence on Jen.
R.I.P.
Oh, I know. R.I.P. I miss her, but oof, she was...
yeah, same.
She was a wild one.
Ooh, I heard you like the wild ones. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, Mare.
I tried. I'm sorry if your ears are bleeding.
No, you gotta get that singing in.
I know, you gotta.
Yeah.
So then we're back at acting school. I mean, the audition. I mean, rehearsal. It's all happening in one night. Like, it's very weird that they cast it and then they're rehearsing the same day, but whatever. So they're rehearsing, or I guess time has passed because the Cape Fest or whatever was a few days later, but...
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so they're rehearsing, and Pacey is kind of doing a bad job at his acting, and then the director gives him even worse direction. He's like, just be louder and angrier. And then Pacey just starts screaming. And then Andie's like, just be yourself. Use your natural, dry, smug delivery. And Mr. Roderick's like, shut the F up, you dumb woman. Basically, he doesn't like being talked over, and he doesn't want to hear another peep out of Andie.
This was triggering. I'll say it.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, F this guy. Ugh.
Yep.
He told Andie, don't think ever. Ugh.
Really? Is that what he said?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because she said,
That's kind of like very much what the president just said.
I just can't take it, man.
And I'm loath to give him that title, but...
I was like, not having it.
Boo!
Yeah, he's terrible.
Get off the stage!
And Andie's right, which of course she is.
Yeah.
Like, louder and angrier. That's how men show emotions. That's how we elicit.
Yeah.
I mean, it works on a lot of men. Again, we're about to see how the Senate votes.
Come out screaming and you'll get whatever you want.
Yeah.
We've all seen that before.
I'm going to say, all men stop. That's funny, Mary. I think we both coughed at the same time.
Yeah, we did. Stop, man. Just stop.
Just stop. STOP.
STOP. So, then what's going on? We're back at the campsite.
At Cape Fest, yeah.
Oh, Cape Fest. I can't wait for you to end.
But where are the Foo Fighters?
I know. We didn't even get one little song.
I want some Everlong, man.
Yeah. So Ethan and Jack are like kind of talking about how Jack knows Jen, and he's like, "Oh, let me guess, you were set up." And Jack's like, "Oh, actually, we were set up on a date." And he's like, "Oh, I bet it was a school dance." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess I'm that predictable." And Ethan's kind of like having a laugh at his expense, and then he's just like, "Well, good night." And Jack's like, "The fuck? I kicked out my friend for this. You're not even gonna like hold my hand."
Yeah.
And Jack's like, "Well, I would like to talk more." And he's like, "I'm tired." I was like, kind of heartbroken for Jack in that moment, but at the same time, Ethan doesn't have to do anything with you if he's tired. Doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. I was wondering if Ethan was like, you're only going to get some if you make the move. I was like, is he testing Jack? Is he making Jack make a move? But then Jack did say, like, I want to talk more, but maybe Ethan was like, not aggressive enough. I don't know. That's where I went in my mind. But it was
weird vibes, but also, like, they're not even on a date. They're just hanging out.
They're just there.
So, like, to presume that it's going to happen is
It's true. Yeah, it's kind of a lot. But I was kind of sad for Jack because he was so excited.
He was hyped up. Yeah, I felt that for him, too.
So, oh well. Doesn't always work out.
And then Jen compliments Henry after his song, and of course he bristles.
Ugh.
And he's like, "You can't try to be my friend and push me away when my feelings scare you."
Feelings scary. Like, I don't think Jen's been scared of his feelings
Jen's
ever.
Like, no one's scared of you, Pipsqueak. But she's just basically like, "Look, I miss hanging out with you. I miss the way you used to look at me." And, like, that was definitely the wrong thing to say.
Yeah.
Because he's like, "Yeah, the way I looked at you and you didn't look at me back. Like, it was painful for me." Like, he's like, "Every time you walked by, I lost myself because I was too invested in you." He's like, "You don't understand unrequited love." But I'm like, she does.
Everybody does, Henry.
She's been heartbroken over and over again. And this show cannot pretend like she hasn't been.
I know. It's like, that's very immature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't miss how you never looked at me." Henry.
I know. It's not her fault. Like, that's a Henry problem if he loses his shit when she's around.
Yeah.
It's not Jen's problem. And like you said earlier, she wasn't being mean to him.
No.
Yeah, she's just didn't return his feelings. It's allowed.
What are you going to do? Do you want her to pity him?
Yeah, like, or fake it? Like, what? No, you can't. You can't force it. It's crazy. But Dawson is kind of having a total shift, Mary. He's in his bedroom. I don't even recognize it. He's taken down all his Spielberg posters. He's just like a brand new man.
He's losing it.
He's totally, he's like, his identity is like shifting a lot. And Joey has come in through the window and basically calls him a sellout. And I was kind of like,
Yeah. She's like, "I'm in a parallel universe. You're a sellout. You're tossing out your identity over a girl again." And I'm like, look, you got to give him room to grow.
Yeah.
He's not going to be 16 forever.
People change, Joey. Yeah.
God knows she did with her art and then her not her art.
I know. Yeah, like Joey's one to talk.
Yeah.
And
so she's like, "I'm really mad that you talked through the parent weirdness with Nikki."
Yeah. She said she's mad that he ran to her, which...
Right.
I don't think that's what happened.
She ran to her to be a dick to her, but he didn't run to her to be a friend. And then I'm like, "Joey, do you really want that drama again? That D-drama?"
It's like never ending. It's a loop.
And he's like, "I am so sick of being attacked just because I like other people, not even romantically, but just as friends." And like, fair play. Like, she is pretty possessive of him as a human being. And Joey's like... And then he's like, "I don't ask you about AJ, and I think that's me being civil. # civility. Boo." And Joey's like, it's not civil. I know that you're not asking me, and it hurts my feelings. Like, you don't care. And then she feels like she's basically being thrown out with all of the posters on the wall. It's just like they're not fighting about these posters, you know what I mean? But that's how the fight's coming about.
Yeah.
Every damn episode they're in a fight. I can't keep up.
They do. They have a lot to fight about. Yeah. But it sounds like their things are changing. New things are coming, old things are going. And then we're back at Cape Fest. And
back and forth.
And this was kind of I don't know how I felt about this conversation. It was Ethan and Jack, and Ethan was basically telling Jack like he's not ready. But
he also said ask for my number.
He did say ask for your number. But I was kind of like, Ethan, you're like, I was confused. I was like, Are you interested? Are you not? Are you ashamed that you're interested because you're young? I was like, if I were Jack, I'd be like, what? Like, question mark?
Quit playing games with my heart. My heart. I should have known from the start. I don't know I don't know anything about singing, so let's
Mary, that was a good one, though. But there were a lot of heart games being played. I thought.
It's a love game.
It was a big love game. Because he seemed totally into him.
He did, yeah, but that was a game.
But it was just like, I don't know, I was confused. But he did end up getting the number on, it was funny, he had like a notepad.
Wow.
Pre-cell phone, baby.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah, like, let me write down my digits for you on my little notepad I carry around for this purpose.
Boy.
So we'll see. We'll see if they, I mean, he's hot. I hope they do.
You think he's hot?
Ethan? Yeah.
Christine.
Don't you?
No.
Oh, shit.
He's so young. He's so little.
I thought he was attractive.
Oh my God, you're out of control. Yeah, but it was just kind of demeaning to Jack because he's like, you're not ready to go there. And it's like, dude, you don't really get to decide that. Like, all he's asking for is if you're interested. He's not trying to like jump your bones. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was presumptuous.
It's like you can say that you don't want to date someone who's newly out. That's fine. But don't be like, you're not ready to date. Because you don't know what he's ready to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like that. Ethan seemed like he felt shame or something about it, which I was like, why?
Yeah. And then, I mean, Jack really takes it in stride. He does a good job about it. He's like, even though I got to know, I'm optimistic just knowing that there's someone like Ethan out there, which is very, very sweet.
Oh, that was super sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very mature.
All men take a hint on how to take a no graciously.
Jack McPhee, shining example. Yes.
Yep.
You really need practice on that. You do.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I know. Then, Mary, we're back at this wonderland of the play. Ugh, so tense. There's another rehearsal. Mr. Broderick, however, is late. So they're all kind of sitting around waiting for him. And Pacey is like, well, you know what? We're all here. Why don't we just start without him?
Right.
Which, good idea. Yeah.
Wily.
Pacey. Hey, winners aren't quitters.
True.
He's like, we gotta rehearse. We're not quitting.
The show must go on.
So true. Mary, I saw a play this past few weeks ago. They did not do the third act. And I kept thinking to myself, the show must go on.
Yeah, that's insane to me. Did you get free tickets?
I still have to email them to get it.
Yeah, you gotta go again.
I know, I want to see how it ends. It was a great play.
It's so weird.
But the show did not go on that night. It was depressing. It was
so insane.
But anyway, moving back to the D. I think we're back with Henry and Jen.
Yeah.
And Mary, he's still kind of being mean to her. And it's the morning now, and she's like apologized for being careless with his heart, brother.
Like you weren't.
I know. Like, Jen, you don't need to say you're sorry. Women don't have to apologize for everything.
Yeah. You don't have to apologize for his feelings.
Yeah. And I don't know. Again, this was kind of like painful. She's basically saying like she's never been in love and she doesn't know what love is like. And Henry's like, yeah, I could tell. Like, I feel like I'm more mature than you. And I was like, this is so, like, no.
She says that. She's like,
he agrees, though.
He's like, I should apologize for thinking that I knew better just because I'm older. And I'm definitely younger, maturity-wise. And then he's like, yeah, how do you take your coffee? I'm like, oh, God.
It really made me sick. I was like, this isn't right.
I don't know why, but I wrote true love next to that. I think it was the coffee.
Hey, coffee is the way to my heart, too.
I think it was the coffee, because I was definitely not smitten with Henry.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice that they made up. That was good.
Yeah.
But I was like, Jen is mature. Like, please.
She's rated M for mature. Okay?
She is.
She's very mature.
That's so true. And Henry, he wasn't in love. He was in, like, infatuation.
Lust.
Yeah.
Yeah, idolizing her, putting her on a pedestal, for which, now that he's actually dating her, she's never going to live up to his imagination. And he's probably going to break up with her soon.
Exactly. That's how it always goes.
And then she's going to be devastated. Again, and Jen does not need that shit.
No, Jen is a queen. She needs someone that recognizes that. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with this, but that
my God, and then my blood was boiling because this director walks in on the rehearsal and it's going great, and he decides, oh, everything's so perfect. You took all of my notes. I'm taking all the credit for all of the work that's been done while I've been doing God knows what. Oh, I was so pissed off. And Pacey tries to give Andie the credit, and the director doesn't want to hear it. Andie tries to say that she's been working with them. Director doesn't want to hear it. He even says to her, don't argue, just follow orders. And I wanted to scream.
All men stop, especially Mr. Broderick. I know.
She's so pissed off. She runs from the room. Well, he tells her to go, like, change the entire set because he's changed his mind. Ugh. She leaves the room, and Pacey follows her, and she's like, I cannot work under these conditions. And Pacey's like, that's fair, but we, the actors, need you in the room. And he's being very encouraging to her, but she's really uncomfortable being there, and he's being kind of, like, forceful that she needs to, like, do this for them. And I'm like, nah, she doesn't need to do that for you.
Yeah, it was annoying the way he did it, because she was like, he was like, so are you staying? And she's like, no. And he's like, oh, yes? Oh, you're coming? Oh, yes?
Yeah.
Like, he just totally ignored her no.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's also like, yeah, if you're being disrespected and it's a traumatic experience, then you don't need to put up with it.
No, you really
just
don't.
Just because it'll be helpful for the actors. And you probably shouldn't.
Right.
Because otherwise the director's going to think you can get away with it.
Ugh.
Not that she has to teach him, but, you know.
Yeah. But no, she doesn't need that. She's got enough issues. Like, she doesn't need that on top of everything else.
For real.
Oh, my God.
So then we've got Jack and Jen leaving the campsite. She forgives him for throwing her out of the tent. I didn't even realize she was that mad about it, but I guess she forgives him.
Yeah. And she's cool with it, yeah.
Yeah. And she's being pretty coy about who she met the night before. Mm-hmm. She's trying to keep Henry her dirty little secret.
Oh.
But Jack is hella curious.
Yeah. Yeah, and he could tell. He's like, you seem happy. Is it because of a boy? I know it is.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. So Joey's in the window again.
Yeah.
She comes bearing gifts.
She's got quite the gift. She's like, Dawson, your walls are so bare. I've got you this special poster. It's John Lennon, the Imagine poster. And I guess she comes with this because of a memory from very early on in their childhood when they were listening to the Beatles records together. And although I think it's a John Lennon song, but whatever. He was so inspired by that he wanted to become a songwriter and write world-changing music. So she's like, see, Dawson, you've always had multiple interests. You've always been more than just about movies. And he didn't even remember this, so...
It's the first time hearing about it.
No, I was like, okay.
But also I was like, he wants to grow up, and now you're asking him to regress even more. Like, it's nice. It's very nice and thoughtful and great that it was inspired by him, but it was also inspired by her memory of him. And it's like, you gotta let this guy go and be the person that he wants to become. You can't just keep trying to cling to this childhood thing.
Yeah. I feel like Yeah, I don't want to see them like totally lose track of each other and like not be
Yeah.
friends. But they just can't, like, if she does things more like this, like encouraging or like positive or like saying like what you're doing is growing, but it's not
Right.
like you have to feel bad about who you were before because you always had that capability. That's positive.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. It's just when she's like, you talk to her, not me, and when they do that to each other,
Right,
that's obviously
right.
bad.
Well, I do like what she says when she's like, you don't have to tell me what's happening with you, as long as you are sharing it with someone, because she knows that he is going through a lot.
Yeah, I know. That was really good. Like that's a true friend. Like as long as you're getting it from someone,
Yeah.
that's the main
But
thing.
then, oh my God, Imagine starts playing, and I'm like, how much did they pay for that?
I wrote the same thing. I was like,
Crazy expensive.
we didn't get the Foo Fighters, and I was like, oh, that's probably way too expensive. And I was like, but the fucking Beatles are like fucking John Lennon. That's like
we get Imagine, and we don't even get Donna Summer. What?
Donna Summer?
Or who sings?
Paula Cole.
Paula Cole.
Oh, I know.
I'm just like, what?
I know. I was like, my mind was blown because I remember like I feel like that Mad Men episode when they ended on that Beatles song.
Yeah, everyone freaked out.
Everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's so expensive!" I'm like,
$500,000.
Dawson.
I think it's like $500,000 or something.
Crazy. Oh my god.
Really crazy.
But yeah, it was there. So
It was there.
now,
And then Joey's like, be on the lookout for your Yoko. And I was like, what, girl? What does that even mean? She's like, don't fall in love with a girl who's gonna like ruin your career, or like,
I hope not.
do fall in love with a girl who's I don't know what she was talking about.
Oh, Yoko didn't ruin anything.
No, I know, but she has that reputation.
I know. Maybe she was just like, I don't know, talking about girls. It's
Who
like,
knows with them?
you're gonna get a Yoko, maybe it'll be me, maybe not. I don't know. But that was the episode. I don't know, I thought this was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. A lot happened. I wish we had the Foo Fighters. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know. Me too. I was thinking of Dave Grohl.
Yeah. Well, Mary, let's talk about our dares.
Oh, girl.
Oh.
So disappointed in myself because I just didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
The only one I could remember throughout the weeks was It Wouldn't Suck, and absolutely everything sucked, so it was just couldn't happen.
Oh my god, that's
And then-
funny. That's so sad but true.
And then I think I really definitely could have said, is that a light at the end of the tunnel or an oncoming semi, when Jeff Flake was flaking back and forth.
Ooh.
But I didn't even remember that one until I read it before we started potting, so I didn't say it, and I'm full of shame.
That would have been super appropriate. That's true.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can I just say though, I started watching Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. Or have you seen any of it?
No.
Well, James Vanderbeek plays himself on the show.
Really?
And everyone's constantly talking about Dawson's Creek, and it's so funny.
Oh, I have to watch that.
You should definitely watch it because he's so funny. Like, his character is like dating all these girls and stuff, and to like impress the girls, he always offers to give them like one of Dawson's flannels. Or he's always like posing with the flannels. It's hilarious.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna watch that. I want some.
And then there's like, he's like dating this girl from Russia, and she says that Dawson's Creek is just airing for the first time over there. And he looks like so old, and he's just like, yeah, filmmaking. Like, it's just like, it's so funny. So I would recommend it.
Oh, thanks for the recommendation. Yeah. That sounds like a great thing to watch right now.
Yeah, it's funny to see him make fun of himself too.
Yeah, he seems like a good person. He seems cool.
So how about your dare?
So my dare, I did have the opportunity I did talk about my favorite book with someone, but I did not say it was The Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe. I was honest. I know, I was thinking about that. I was like, I could say Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe, but I was like, the first time I met this person, I was like, I can't do that. Then I was talking with my friend about she's got a lot of issues, a lot of problems with like I don't know. She had to like remodel her house, and it's like really expensive, and she wants to move. All this drama, and I almost said unmitigated disaster, but I was like, I don't want to be rude, so I didn't say it.
Was this just a tale of how you didn't say any of your dares?
This is exactly what this is. Yeah.
Oh god.
So I did not say it, but I had 2 opportunities to have said them. I really could have said unmitigated disaster like
And you failed.
any second of the week, but yeah.
Oh yeah, for real.
I know.
That's much more roll off the tongue than my oncoming semi one.
All I could really remember was the line, "The Witch in the Wardrobe." The other one I had, "Let me lay a dose of truth on you," or something.
Yeah, truth bomb.
That was a fun one, but I didn't say that either, so
oh god.
we kind of failed. This was a tough
We
2
failed,
weeks.
and we had 2 weeks to do it.
I know. But we had a lot on our minds and our hearts.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to give you some. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, Mare.
Okay, you can say, inside, I'm just another angry kid.
Oh.
You can say, I can't work under these conditions.
Okay, I can probably say that. I can't.
Or you can say, want your buns toasted.
The flirty one.
The flirty one. I was like, when could you say that if you're in a car with a seat warmer? And that's all I can think of.
Ooh. I could go down to Lafayette Park or to one of the Supreme Court or one of the like Senate buildings, camp out, make people veggie burgers, all the protesters.
Oh, wow. That's pretty elaborate.
That would be like going above and beyond for the dare.
Yeah.
But that's literally the first thing I thought of. Just like do what Henry did.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, we'll see if I end up doing that. Listeners, it probably won't happen. Let me see, Mary. What am I going to give to you? I might give you Jen's mantra, play it cool, let him come to you.
The whole thing?
Just that. Play it cool, let him come to you.
That's 2 sentences.
Let's pretend there's like a semicolon in there.
Oh, girl.
Oh. Let's see. What else could you say? You could say what Andie said. Your presence is giving me perpetual myopia. That's going to be a tough one.
What does that even mean?
Well,
It's making her look inward?
yeah, like she can't get perspective without him, with him there.
Oh, boy. I don't want to come off that way.
How about this is a shorter one. Don't think ever.
Okay.
Or I'll give you a 4th one too,
Nice.
so that you have some more choices. You could say this is something Ethan said, until you realize you both like boys.
Okay.
So, could be flirty, depending on how you use it.
Could it?
Maybe. It just depends how you use it.
I don't think so.
Depends on how you use it.
All right. Well, listeners, this was a longer episode than usual. Hope I know you're happy. You're probably making salsa. I know that we're not as jazzy as we usually are. We're just feeling the darkness, as Christine likes to say.
I do, Mare. I do.
But you know, this is a nice respite, and we're glad that we have you guys listening, and we didn't want to leave you hanging out there in the ether. So we're here.
At the time you need us most.
Oh my God! So please tweet at us. We love to see those tweets come in. And we really hope that you're all doing okay, and know that you're not alone if you're feeling upset like we have been.
Oh, that was really nice, Mary.
You know I can be nice when I want to be.
Oh, always. And don't forget that our Twitter handle is at Dawson Cries. WAH Dawson Cries. As Mary said, please interact with us. It's just nice to be there for each other about Dawson's Creek right now.
All right, listeners. Well, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.